In the quiet town of Oregano lived Chief Bayo, a man known for his wealth, charm, and political ambition. Though a respected figure in public, Chief Bayo was a different man behind closed doors. He was married to Boro, his devoted wife of 15 years. They had 3 beautiful daughters, but no son. The absence of a male child haunted him dearly. His lineage, his pride, his name, he believed it all rested on having a son. Despite Boro's unwavering love, Bayo felt incomplete. Against his better judgment and with a heart driven by pride and steered by tradition, he took another woman, Kato, a young trader from a nearby village. He swore her to secrecy, promising care and protection if she bore him a son. Months later, Kato gave birth to a boy. Yes, a male child finally, but he was an albino. When Bayo saw the baby's pale skin and pink eyes, his face turned to stone. He was disgusted. "This is not my child," he spat. "This is a curse, a sign that I have offended the gods." Without remorse, he abandoned Kato and the baby, offering her just a small sum to disappear and never come near his wife or his name again. Years have passed. Bayo's political dream grew. He wanted more than influence in Oregano. He desired a seat in the National Assembly. And to secure this path, he turned to a spiritual man, the infamous Babalao, Chief Ayelela, a man feared and respected across the entire land of his mystical powers. Upon confrontation, Ayelela looked into his kola nuts and bones and said, "To win the seat you so desire, you must sacrifice something rare, something very sacred. Bring me the blood of an albino. Not just any albino, but one with your blood." The words struck Bayo like thunder. He staggered out of the shrine, face paled, heart racing. The child he has rejected, the one he called a curse, was now his only ticket to his glory. That night, Bayo could barely sleep. Memories of Kato flashed through his mind. He sent his men to search all over for her. Weeks later, they returned with news. She lived in a poor settlement near the border. The boy, Ayato, was now 10 years old, frail but as bright as a firefly. Bayo arranged a dramatic reunion. He appeared at Kato's doorstep with tears in his eyes and gifts in his hand. He fell to his knees before the boy and wept. "Forgive me, my son. I was blind, but now I see. Come with me. Let me give you the life you deserve." Kato was skeptical, so she refused. But Ayato, innocent and curious, longed to know his father. With her reluctant blessing, Ayato went with Bayo to the city. Bayo paraded him as the heir, the son he had hidden out of shame, now embraced with pride. The public hailed him for his courage and transparency. Donations poured in and out. His campaign was all over the village. But beneath the smiles, Bayo was plotting. The date for the ritual was set. Ayelela gave him the instructions. The boy must not suspect anything. His fears and innocence were key to the power of the sacrifice. But the days Bayo spent with Ayato, something began to shift. The boy was nothing like Bayo expected. He was kind, perceptive, always smiling despite years of poverty. Ayato called him Papa with such pride that it pierced the hardened man's soul. Guilt began to grow slowly. On the night of the ritual, as Ayato slept, Bayo stood over him, dagger in his hand. His hands trembled, but jaws tightened. He thought of the power, the seeds, the wealth. But he also thought of Ayato's smile, how the little boy hangs around him with pride. How he said, "Papa, I'm glad you came back for me." In that moment of battle between power and the newfound love, he hesitated. He couldn't do it. He dropped the dagger, fell to his knees and wept. But Ayelela had warned him. Once a pact had been made, there was no going back. Ayato felt seriously ill the next morning, his body weakening without explanation. The spirits were angry. Bayo rushed back to the shrine, attempting to save his son. "You made a vow," Ayelela thundered. "Blood must be shed." Bayo begged for another way, but Ayelela shook his head. "Only your life can atone now." In desperation, Bayo returned home. He took Ayato in his arms and begged for his forgiveness. Then, in one final act of redemption, he drank the poison Ayelela gave him to break the pact. Bayo died that night, but Ayato survived. The news of Bayo's sudden death spread. His story became legend, not for the seat he never won, but for the son he once rejected and the price he paid for chasing power with a corrupted heart. Years later, Ayato, now a grown man, stood at the same political stage his father once dreamt of, but not with blood or magic or greed, but with vision, kindness, and truth. And the people murmured in songs among themselves, "This is the child, the one the gods has once rejected, and now he leads us with honesty and in truth. The one the whole oregano looked up to." The lesson of this story is that the true strength of a man lies not in his ambition or lineage, but in the choices he makes and the love he gives. In chasing destiny through deception and sacrifice, Bayo lost everything. But in embracing truth, Ayato became what his father could never be. A leader chosen not by rituals, but by righteousness. And remember this, rejection does not determine your worth. It only prepares you for your purpose. Thank you for listening. If this is your first time, please subscribe and tell a friend to subscribe. Share your lesson with me in the comment section below. See you next week. And if you say a prayer, remember, say one for this channel. Bye bye.